While still in Tunisia, protesters have taken to the streets of towns and cities across that country as anger grows over price hikes introduced by the government. Now, demonstrations in 2011 in Tunisia, as we said, grew into the revolution that overthrew the government and triggered a wave of uprisings across the Arab world. 7 years on, the dictatorship may have gone, but as Henry Ridgwell reports, lingering social and economic problems are driving the anger, rising the prospect that the unrest could spread.
The end of Friday prayers brought Tunisians onto the streets of the capital. Security forces have deployed in Tunis and across the country. Demonstrations have built through the week as anger grows over government price hikes on top of already soaring inflation.
Why did we do the revolution? For jobs, for freedom, and for dignity. We obtained freedom, sure, but we're going hungry.
In December 2010, a vegetable seller in the town of Sidi Bouzid set himself on fire in protest at the confiscation of his cart by local authorities. That act triggered country-wide demonstrations that would eventually topple Tunisian dictator Zine El Abidine Ben Ali and spread across the region. 8 years later, one main protest group using the social media hashtag #FeshNastanu, or What Are We Waiting For, wants a return to the spirit of the 2011 revolt.
We believe a dialogue is still possible and reforms are still possible. The yellow card is to say, attention. Today we have the same demands that we have been having for years. It's time to tackle the real problems, the economic crisis, the high cost of living.
The government enacted a new law this month, raising taxes to try to cut the deficit.
I think that this government feels that its ability to make its own economic policy, or its ability to roll back these austerity reforms, is very much limited by the demands of international financial institutions, primarily the IMF.
The government has condemned the violence, but pledged to listen to the protesters.
No matter what the government undertakes, its top priority, even during tough decisions, is improving the economic and social conditions of the people.
Could the region witness a repeat of 2011, with the protests gaining momentum?
We're looking at a different region now. But at the same time, there are similarities. The issue of austerity, of socioeconomic marginalization, of corruption and predation by elites.
The Tunisian government's task is to address those deep-rooted problems before the protests spin out of control. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.